Welcome back, guys, to my streams and stuff. Today, I just saw Jurassic World Rebirth. It's quite scary, and it still holds up to some of the horror and thrillers and suspense elements of the movies. Yeah, yeah, it's quite a yeah, and it did really great at the box office this weekend. More than 300 million worldwide. Yeah, it's very good. Now, and I gotta give Scarlett Johansson plenty of praise for looking for looking sexy hot as usual on in the movies, especially for her role as Zora. Yeah. And shout out to Mahershala Ali as well for being good with his survival instincts. Yeah, yeah. There were some things that bothered people, especially those who are, and it's not just the people who want Superman to succeed. It's also folks who are who are getting fed up with everything coming out of Disney as well. But nonetheless, while I am to give my some of my I will give my review and my praise for this movie, but also I will need to give some critique on what Universal should do to make bigger changes to keep its momentum on the box office films like these fresh in theaters, so they're not boring. Now, first up, let me look for it. Hang on. Wow. Give Scarlett Johansson some credit too. Yeah, she may be annoying to some folks, but hey, if I could find something, hey, let me just check. Let me just look it up. Wow. Hang on. Let me just zoom out of the screen for a minute and let me get this up. Yeah. Okay, let me get the screen up. Let me just. It's not going to play the film footage, but I am going to show you something. Gotta give it up to Scarlett Johansson for making her comeback in blockbuster films. I mean, ever since she left as Black Widow, she's been she wasn't keeping up her momentum good enough. I mean, yeah, she definitely needed to star in this film. And hell, I don't care. She didn't seem much like a girl boss to me, like those like folks are saying, just to just to help appease the ego of these animals running Warner Brothers who are getting on our nerves. But hey, she's still sexy, hot, and glamorous, and still worth the male gaze, guys. Don't get me wrong. Heck, if they bring her back for a sequel, they should definitely make her look scorching hot right there, especially when she's still in her 30s. Well, even though she'll be 40 or 39 by the time they start the sequel and have it ready by in the next 3 to 4 years or so. Yeah, we do expect some great things to come out of Universal if they can also do something about make sure they keep the management there clean as possible. And of course, And it also features. Hang on. Here we are. Mahershala Ali, the actor that people over at Disney are holding up from having a from having him star in his own Blade movie right away because of these because of the AI and all the corruption going on, which all the gatekeeping going on. I mean, gotta give Universal for getting Mahershala Ali cast in this movie as well. Yeah, and not to worry, guys. I, and don't worry about him. He's all right, and he's likely to come back for a sequel too, along with Scarlett Johansson. But I'll be sure to give you. Of course, I can't spoil anything because I'm not gonna mess it up for you. But all I can tell you is that is that he and Scarlett and other characters that were most worried about losing in this movie, they're all right. Yeah, even those who are more vulnerable. Yeah, two of them, along with their friend scientist and a and the Latino family, and along with the boyfriend of the older girl, they survive. But I ain't gonna tell you anymore. It also features another. It also features a scientist who I name I whose name I forgot that co-stars with Scarlett and Mahershala. Yeah, yeah. Clearly, yeah. There's a lot to explore with these things. And here we are. Yeah, this scientist. Yeah, this who who you know is kind of like minor comic relief in some ways, in some what shape or form. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It still holds up to this moment. Yeah, yeah. It still holds up to the parts where they're innocent. Well, it holds up to the tradition of having dinosaurs terrorize people. Yeah, much of it in this movie featured the featured this. Yeah, what one thing good about this movie, guys, is that it kind of helps to fill in the plot hole to the beginning of the third Jurassic Park movie in 2001, where we suddenly don't know understand how it is that well that some guys would get mauled by a dinosaur when they're far out in the water, and it isn't without having the boat capsized immediately until after we see them come out of the fog. Yeah, I think this movie does help. It does help clear the cliffhanger to what could have killed those guys from the third at the beginning of the Jurassic Park 3 film. You know, the Spinosaurus. Yeah, they make their returns, guys. Yeah, and they're killing and eating more people, not just the T-Rex. But my God, did they really have to literally put a little girl in danger? Don't get me wrong, it's still a great film, but next time, well, wow, I just don't get the. Well, sometimes I just don't get why they gotta put a family in there for carnivore type of dinosaurs to terrorize. I'm glad they don't get. I'm glad they don't get them killed by these things. Yeah, yeah, and I have a good memory of how many innocent people were killed and eaten by the T Rex and the Mosasaur Velociraptors. Well, you name it. Yeah, yeah, we saw all three carnivore predators from the Jurassic Park movies being united as the good guys in the fourth film, fighting fighting an evil hybrid that is worse than all three of them put together. And I showed, which I already showed you guys in the in last Wednesday's open panel with Emperor Goodwin and Blair to Blair, who, along with Dax and, well, for now, yeah, I used to I used to collect stuff, the toys and stuff. Yeah, I even had a T Rex like this, but make no mistake, I might. I usually like to go for the originals. Kenner. Yeah. First, let's take an intermediate break. Yeah. Speaking of the T Rex, yeah, this was the one I had back when I was. This is what I got a long time ago. Back when I was down in back when I used to live in Alden, in last 28 years ago. I think. Wait, hold on. Hang on. Yeah, 28 years ago, I saw Lost World, and this was one of the toys I that I collected from that movie. Yeah, yeah, it was interesting. It's kind of like something. Yeah, you put stuff in there. It's like you feed certain other human-sized figures in there and put them stuck in there. Now, now I don't know whether or not. Now, I'm not sure, but what I do know is that they don't feature. Huh, they don't feature this kind of character. Well, let me put it to you straight. The the civilian that the T Rex ate was in San Diego. You know, the big city close to the Mexican border where that had the that had that rampaging incident 30 years ago. Yeah, I'm wondering if that was the reason they decided to have Lost World. Its takes place there with the rampaging bull green T Rex. Yeah, the bull because it's bull fat and carnivorous. Yeah. Hello, Plank. But in this movie, they went. Yeah, they. Yeah, but in the movie they went kind of soft. But no problem there. Besides, oh, what do we got here? Hey, I see something. Let me bring it up. Huh. Huh. What do we got here? Huh. Did we see? Are these? Well, you gotta wonder if these are actresses who played the Latina sisters in the movie. Now, I have a thing for Latinas, but I am glad they didn't die though, and that's kind of a spoiler I have to give to you there, folks. Not going to give you too much. But man, they still do their best to keep things entertaining. Oh, and this was from the third movie. I mean, the Spinosaurus. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you who they devour and eat, and what humans they eat in their teeth. I'm not spoiling that. But you're just going to have to either see the movie or just speculate from the trailers you watched. Yeah, they brought back the Spinosaurus, and having these things swim in the water does help. Result. It does help to redeem the the deaths of those guys on the boat in the third movie. Yeah, that this type of dinosaur was indeed the main villain of the third film because it was the cause of well, who was that kid that was able to learn to survive on his own, which I give credit to help keep things interesting. Well, can't tell if it is Eric or Ryan or whoever it was, but anyway, they do bring back the T-Rex, everyone's favorite Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Road movie dinosaur. Yeah. Yeah, they feature the. Yeah, I saw the scene where they were taking, where they were trying to escape the T Rex. Yeah, T Rex can swim. Yeah, that's a first. Yeah, trying to chase after the family. Yeah, but lucky for the lucky for the Hispanic family, they're lucky. They're very lucky that not a single one got caught in its jaws. What I found comical, what I found really funny was that the lifeboat, the lifeboat that it attacked, it didn't pop, despite putting its teeth on the thing. I mean, man, that was something else. I mean, yeah, you wonder, is that a magic raft, a magic float boat? Who would have thought? A magic float boat. Yeah. Yeah, it was scary. Ah, hi, Sean. Hey there. Are you the very same Sean Franklin who follows Derek Anderson, the DA, and hold my DualShock, and works and hangs out with the Syndicate Network? Because I feel like you have multiple accounts too. But anyway, make sure you like and share the stream too, and subscribe if you're new here as well. I mean, man, this was fun. Yeah, the T Rex still holds up. But you ever gotta wonder if they are going to do a sequel, will they even bring back the same T Rex family that served as the dinosaur villains in the second movie? Even though they were provoked, they were bad. They still count as villains because because they because they killed and ate good people too. Yeah. There's also their encounter with this strange. I mean, this movie also featured some strange look. Definitely featured a lot of peril and suspense, and it gave us more of that in the waters while folks were trying to make their way towards the island to collect samples from three dinosaurs. Now, it does feature dinosaurs getting killed, but it definitely rehashed some scenes that were from Lost World. But it was at least they didn't. At least it wasn't exactly that. It was kind of almost a parody of what came in the Lost World because usually in the Lost World movie, a lot of people died and got eaten by dinosaurs, especially the T-Rex. But check out these. Take a look at this special breed of Brontosaurus. I mean, have you seen their tails? I mean, the way they spin them around like whips and stuff. That's interesting. Also, the movie also features one of them in New York dying out from because it couldn't adapt in the northern equator. Yeah, they couldn't adapt in the northern equator of the planet. Yeah, they could only thrive in the southern equator or excuse me for the hiccups, or in the middle of the equator. But is Rexy blue, little blue, and the same family of T-Rex is still alive? That I, as well as the Carnotaur from the fifth Jurassic Park movie. Well, I sure like to know too. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's trying to because now, yeah, they go to this island to try to collect samples from these two dinosaurs, along with a mosasaur and, well, and from these, and from the nest of pteranodons or pterodactyls or whatever you call them. I mean, in this, yeah, yeah. At least Mahershala Ali did fabulous here. Yeah, I was introduced to him in previews of movies I saw him win awards from at the Oscars, as well as Alita Battle Angel, where he was the villain of that movie, and we're still waiting for Disney and Fox to let the sequel come out of the pipeline. Well, and at least Scarlett Johansson still has her Black Widow style mojo in, but it also, but didn't it, wasn't it going to feature another? I mean, weren't they going to feature metahumans who are humans that can turn into dinosaurs as well? I mean, weren't there any screen leaks of that? Well, some folks want to see a movie where raptors and stuff are able to use rifles and guns and stuff, but who knows? I'm sure they wouldn't go making them look like this. I mean, sure, Amazing Spider-Man may have done well capturing the lizard's iconic first appearance depiction and from the comic, but wasn't so lizardy enough. Oh, and here's the dinosaur villain of the movie, the Bellosaurus. I mean, human dinosaur. Weren't there supposed to be human dinosaur hybrids or something in this film? Yeah, I mean, that's what I was told and had seen screenshots of. And someone thought Scarlett Johansson was going to turn into one. Or did it have a post-credit scene in the end? Did I miss it? I mean, that could be interesting for us to see. Nick. Yeah, the lizard. Yep, that's right, Blanc. Hey, be sure to share this with Cyphex and Cinevere. They'll need to see this. 7 movies so far. Yeah, it's 2 movies ahead of Michael Bay's Transformers film series. Yeah, and also one thing I could also let you guys know is that Mahershala Ali's character, well, is kind of similar to, to Billy from the third Jurassic Park movie. But luckily for him, he does not end up getting put in bandages or anything. At least he made it out okay. Yeah, it'd be crazy to know how the F or what the F it was that, I don't know, how he was able to escape the Bellosaurus, you know, the xenomorph Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah, it is a carnival, and it was seen at the beginning of the movie where in 2008, ate one of the scientists that got stuck inside the containment chamber. But later on, it broke out and it started eating people again. But I can't go far to give you any more details on who exactly. Yeah. Now, this movie featured some folks. Oh, yeah. That's right. Speaking about Mahershala Ali, speaking of Ali, he's reunited with someone from Alita Battle Angel. Yep, Ed Screen. Yep, they brought back the guy. Yeah, they brought his guy back too. For now, I'll be back in a moment, guys. Take your moment to comment on. Yeah, and for now, let's take a. For now, feel free. Oh, hang on. I need a bigger image of something like that. Feel free to give me your thoughts on your movie in the chat in the comment section of the chat. I'll be right back. Yeah, Land of the Lost. Wow. Yeah, how would you compare that with this movie and its prequels? I like to know, Plonk. Please let me know. Yeah, yeah. As for the T Rex, well, there are, yeah, they each different. There, it definitely featured different ones. The main T Rex is the one that known as Rexy, who appeared in the first one, ate a lawyer, but saved his friends from being eaten by raptors, and then returned and earned as one of the heroes of the fourth film, fighting an Indo Rex, and then the fifth to put an end to the evil bastard who killed an old man just to get away with selling dinosaurs for millions. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One one thing that these things always have in them, that the one thing you always see in each of these Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies are the T Rex. Rexy was seen in 1, 4, and 5. The two that ate Eddie and 80 some mercenaries and innocent people with glasses appeared appeared in Lost World, and 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 of course it featured them. I mean, each of these Jurassic so far, the T Rex has been the one dinosaur that you would always see in every Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movie. Yeah, yeah, these two as well. Yep, these two as well. Yeah, the T Rex is what you always see in Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies, folks. Heck, heck. If they do bring Rexy back, they should probably bring Jeff Goldblum. Huh, yeah. Yeah, Rexy crippled Ian. But you also got to wonder, though. You also got to wonder what Rexy and other T Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex's lifespans would be in the Jurassic Park universe. I mean, how long could a T Rex possibly live for? I wonder. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Anyway, they were they were on the ship, and yeah, can't compare to Land of Lost. It's from the 70s. Yeah, I hear you. Anyway, Zora is a mercenary. I mean, yeah, yeah, Zora. Uh, Yeah, she first appears as someone who looks dressed, works at the office. I mean, here, this is how Scarlett Johansson starts off in the movie. But later on, once we go in further, not only with is she revealing herself to be a badass mercenary and capable of stuff, but also she still got it. She still, God, I can't seem to pronounce my words right when I trying to say a sentence. My God, she's still got the sexy hotness in her for the male gaze to savor on. Yeah, and the beauty too. Yeah, I wish they would have shown more pictures of her in that white tank top on the boat and stuff. Yeah. Uh, boy, they don't show us. And they don't seem to be giving us much. They don't give us the cast. Well, not all of them. So let's take a look. Yeah, they run into a small family and a boyfriend dating the older sister out in the ocean on their way to their destination, trying to get the samples. Yeah, they had to go and protect them too, while at the same time working to complete their mission. Yep. Along the way, people get killed and eaten by spinosaurs. Well, two mercenaries got themselves eaten by spinosaurs that were hunting alongside the mosasaur, the same mosasaur that they took a blood sample from. Hang on. Hmm. And I can't believe they would just go review bombing this thing. It's better than people think. Ah, here are some pics of land from. I don't know if you're able to send it to me here, but hey, thanks for trying though. Ah, we got Luna Plus. Yep, a Latina born in Los Angeles. Oh, sorry. Luna Blaze. She is a cutie. Well, she's kind of 9 to 10 years younger than me. Yeah. What I am going to critique was the one. What I am going to start critiquing on though is that they never needed to go and make the younger sister so young and little. Yeah, yeah. Played by this actress who played the younger daughter, trying to make her the Jurassic World version of Dora the Explorer. Oh, here's my rating: 8 out of 10. But I really wish they wouldn't make that her character. The wouldn't. I don't know how to sit. Oh my gosh! Sorry, guys. Wow. Wish they wouldn't go so young with the kid casting and stuff. I mean, in fact, why do they gotta keep featuring young kids getting chased by dinosaurs in these movies anyway? I mean, there's there's a lot we gotta move past on that. There's a lot of tradition that needs to be broken with with each Jurassic Park movie, guys, and that's feature getting kids involved in conflict between dinosaurs and stuff. Yeah. Oh, Jonathan Bailey. Yeah, someone like that. Now, it's good to know that they didn't go. It's a good thing that their characters made it. But oh, and there's 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 a little baby Triceratops she took home with her. Gotta wonder if they're gonna bring the family back as well. But I'd rather that they don't go bringing them back and getting them involved in the danger in the next movie if they're planning on it. But I'd rather that they don't go bringing the family back. But the little Triceratops they can, or at least don't go bringing the family back just to put them in peril and scare people. Because there's a lot that the studios need to do to avoid repeating stuff over again, much like we've seen out of Paramount with the Transformers movies, out of Warner Brothers with the DC movies, and out of Disney with Marvel, and as well as Star Wars. They they gotta stop repeating stuff. But also, yeah, 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 they sometimes put these kids so that in later movies they have a character to bring back when they are older. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, yeah, aimed at preteen and teen, so it makes sense they have a child at that age. Well, they don't need to always gotta keep featuring children in them just to help market the movie towards that demographic too. Yeah, old school magic. That's what some of the reviews to this movie say. Yeah. Yeah, they were getting themselves chased by these dinosaurs. First one, two of them got eaten by the two people that accompanied Zora and Duncan got eaten by the Spinosaurus. Yeah, a spin-off. A spin-off. Well, you mean a sequel. Wow. Anyway, as each movie as each story goes by, more surprises are sure to come up. Yeah, and there was this guy that Scarlett Johansson's character was working for. You would say that he's an a hole, an abusive a hole who is so into causing trouble and making matters worse with his ego and crap. Yeah, at least he's no longer a, no longer an issue. Anyway, this movie ends with Zora and the last of her crew, along with the Latino American family, managing to escape the island and returning back to America with the blood samples, having gotten away safe and sound. Hmm. But I will say this: for the sequel, they need to stop putting kids in it. To, well, they need to stop making kids get involved with getting chased by dinosaurs and just let the adults be the ones alone featured to being caught in the crosshairs of these predatory dinosaurs. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's some flawed acting in some parts, but most of it is pretty good still. And who knows? We'll have to see how things go once we hear once the thing finishes up at the box office. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough on how Universal will go with the eighth and ninth movie. Well, that'll be it, guys. Gotta get ready for home my DualShocks watch along later. But stay tuned and catch you guys next week.